no individual, regardless of whether they're related or not, or gender or race, that's the place. The individual itself, it seems that this equality myth, that nobody is created equal in intelligence, strength.
I agree.
You do?
Yes. So, see, you called up to tell me I was wrong about something when you didn't even know what my position was.
But the lack of all men being created equal, or human beings being created equal, that seems it is mythological.
Wow, I got you off your script. I just told you I don't accept that. You seem to be confusing the idea that in principle we should treat people equally, that people should have equal protection under the law and equal
equal opportunity, but not equal results.
You're confusing our position that the world benefits from treating people equally and giving them equal access under the law with this idea that all people are equal in every respect, which is, of course, nonsense.
Well, thank you, Matt and John, for your time. Thank you very much. I know you have other calls, and that the curry eater took up most of the time, I know, but you two have a great day now. Thank you. God bless.
What did he say took up most of the time? The curry eater.
Oh, well, that's...
If I had caller ID right now, I would find your number and block and ban you permanently for being an ignorant fucking racist. Why would you say something so stupid? Something... I'm so glad that people understand that that was a practicing Roman Catholic who didn't understand about names and labels, didn't understand about equality, and is happy to toss around kind of mild to moderate racial slurs at people. Just, oh, the curry eater. For real? I eat curry, fucker. All right, so I'm dropping F-bombs like crazy on today's show. It's a good thing there's not one next week. Johanan in Thiensville. Is it Thiensville?
Thiensville.
Thiensville, how you doing? Thanks for waiting.
Hi. I put this on the Rational Skepticism Forum, and a number of the people tried to refute it, but some of them said outright that they couldn't refute it. And they didn't accept the conclusion, but they had a hard time with it, and I wanted to pass it on you guys to see what you think.
They couldn't refute it.
It's a philosophy argument.
John, how do you pronounce your first name? I'm sorry.
Johanan.
Johanan. I'll tell you right from the get-go that when I hear this could not be refuted, I have an instant prejudice, and I want to make sure that I get that out of the way first. To me, it sounds very much like a shifting of the burden of proof. I've presented this, and people couldn't refute it, which doesn't tell you at all whether or not it's true.
Okay, the premises are true. I'll see what you guys think of it.
Okay.
So both you guys, I think we're all pretty much on the same page here that we believe that substance dualism is false, correct?
Yes. Sure.
Okay, so now, you've heard of Chalmers' heart problem? The argument was that Chalmers' heart problem demonstrates that mind is not reducible to non-mind, and therefore since dualism is impossible, monistic idealism entails.
Yeah, you lost me already.
Okay, let me rephrase that. You can't reduce the mind to non-mind, therefore the mind is fundamental. Dualism is impossible, therefore no other fundamental substance can exist.
I don't necessarily know that you can't reduce the mind to non-mind.
Okay, I thought you might attack that, which is I had a backup argument on that premise. Very simple one. You can conceive, now does not say that it's true or anything, but you can conceive that the world is solipsist, correct? You can conceive hypothetically that everything else, John is a hallucination, I'm a hallucination.
You're asking me, do I think there's a solution to hard solipsism? No, I do not think so, but that doesn't mean there isn't.
Okay, so that would mean that in some world, not our world, obviously I'm not a solipsist, you're not a solipsist, but in some possible world, there actually is a solipsist world, and a mind does exist in it.
No.
Not in a Leibnizian sense, like a hypothetical. It's a modal logic argument.
Yeah, which I am not remotely interested in modal logic arguments, and have been on record of rejecting Axiom S5 and this I don't see the use in any of this. That talking about possible worlds, I'm more interested in reality and arguments that deal with reality, the one we experience.
Okay, well, the purpose of modal logic is that you can intuit things about the actual world.
Yeah, and I don't value that.
Okay, let me rephrase it in such a way that perhaps isn't modal in nature. Then, you said there is not you admitted there is no solution to hard solipsism, right?
No, what I said is that I don't believe there's a solution to hard solipsism, but there might be.
Okay, so you don't believe there is. But the reason that you can conceive of that in the first place, the whole notion of hard solipsism, is because you can conceive of a world in which a mind could exist, which is purely solipsistic. Right?
I can conceive of that. That doesn't mean that I can conceive that it is possible.
Okay, so the reason that is logically possible, even if it isn't true, or even if there's some way around it perhaps, the reason it's logically possible is because you can put the concept of a solipsistic universe together with a mind in such a way that they do not logically contradict. The properties of the mind are such that they could fit into a solipsist world, even though maybe that's not the case.
I don't know that that's true.
Well, so, for example, when you conceive of everything, when you're thinking in
I don't
your
conceive
brain
of
or whatever,
everything, but okay.
Okay, when you're thinking in your brain, everything that you perceive or conceive of is actually a perception or an idea. You actually perceive the matter itself, and likewise, you don't know of John's conscious state because you're not John, right? So all you actually know about the world, you do this all the time without even thinking about it. All you actually know about the world are your perceptions of the world and your own inner conscious experience.
Okay.
And so, because of this, you actually do logically, consistently conceive of solipsism all the time without even realizing it.
Okay.
Okay, so now that being the case, since the mind could exist in such a world, and we can also know that, material things cannot exist in an immaterial solipsist world.
How do we know
Therefore,
that?
the mind cannot be material.
Yeah, material things can't exist in a fully immaterial world?
Yeah, you can't put it, obviously this is contradiction in terms, you can't put a material object into an immaterial world.
Sure. What reason do we have to think that immaterial world is not even a coherent concept as far as I'm concerned?
But for arguing for idealism, then it could be.
Yeah, I tell you what, why don't you just email us? Because right now people's eyes have glazed over.
I know mine have.
And